I'm Monica Bickert, and I lead global policy management for Facebook. I came to the Berkman Klein Center today so that we could discuss how we're thinking about issues of freedom of expression at Facebook and how to make sure that we have a community that is both a place for people to connect, but also a place that is safe for expression. Today we talked about issues like what is the appropriate level of speech to allow in our community when we have issues like hate speech, extremism, and how should we think about the role of technology companies in using both people and automation to remove speech that isn't appropriate for the community. Anytime I get the opportunity to talk to people in the community about how they are seeing expression online, I always learn something, and then I take those lessons back and talk to my team about it. The Berkman Klein Center has a history of being really thoughtful when it comes to thinking about online speech. So engaging with the audience today was a way for me to really take some learnings from this community back to my team so we can put them into action. We talked a lot about how to think about hate speech and the idea that sometimes more speech might be better. Sometimes people need to be able to have a conversation about whether or not an entire population appears to be racist. And thinking about drawing that line potentially in a more permissive way to allow some of that conversation. We have more than 2 billion people who are using Facebook and more than 1 billion every day. And one thing that I think people don't understand intuitively is that more than 85% of those people are outside the United States. So we want our policies to be informed locally, but we have to be able to implement them globally. We do that through getting feedback from global groups like our Global Safety Network or our Safety Advisory Board. But then we also try to engage the global community in localize positive speech efforts. And so, for instance, we fund local NGOs and civil society groups as they're trying to use social media for good. These issues of where to draw the line for speech on social media, they really affect everybody today. We're all using social media, and we all come from different backgrounds and have different perspectives about what is okay to share. At Facebook, we're trying to really learn how this looks across the globe so that we can craft global content standards that make sense for our entire community. And we can only do that if we're really engaged with our local community. This is not a job that we look at as, we'll just fix it and be done with it. This is going to be a continuing conversation. We're never going to be done getting better at serving our community when it comes to thinking about where to draw the line with expression and how to enforce the standards that we've created.